Hello and welcome, world, to the ISA World Junior Surfing Championship 2023. We are live in beautiful Rio de Janeiro. I'm Chris Cote. I'm joined by Shannon Hughes, and this is our opening ceremony of this incredible surfing event, which brings over 40 surf nations together to compete for the love and joy of surfing. Of course, we always follow the ethos of the ISA, a better world through surfing. Shannon, welcome to Brazil.
Oh, thank you. It's so good to be here. It's my first time here in Brazil, and I'm so excited because it's one of the surfing hotspots of the world. We've got so many of the world's best surfers that have come from these beaches here out of Rio and across the coastline, and I'm so excited to be able to see the World Junior Championships getting underway.
That's right. This is a huge event. You see our schedule. Today is our opening ceremony. We're going to start competition tomorrow, go all the way through to December 3rd. We'll be crowning medalists in 18 and under and 16 and under for men and women. Beautiful Macumba Beach, one of the most famous surfing destinations in all of Brazil, is our host contest site as usual. With this many athletes, 365 in total, we're going to have 2 podiums yet again. 44% of our competitors are women, and our new nations being represented: Czech Republic, Hungary, Ukraine, and Romania, all fielding surfers for the first time ever here in junior competition.
Incredible. First time ever for Romania to be present at an ISA event, so welcome to the Romanians. We can't wait to see you out in the water this week. Great to see that record participation from the women's and the girls as well, with 177 girls in the draw, nearly half, which is always so exciting to be able to see that growth and that continuation for equality that the ISA puts forward.
That's right. I mean, this is why we do it. We want to grow the sport of surfing on an international level. In some past ISA World Surfing Games, we have 52 nations, so to have over 40 here in the junior level is pretty amazing in itself. And we've already had the opportunity to watch some of these teams out here practicing at Macumba Beach, Praia de Macumba, and I will tell you, the level of surfing you're going to see this week is absolutely stunning. We're talking about the future of our sport unfolding right in front of our eyes.
That's exactly what we're going to witness. We've got a lot of heats to be getting through until we get to those medal rounds come next weekend. We got some swell that's going to be building as we've got a little storm today. It's been onshore. There's a bit of rain. All that kind of environment being created now for that surf to start picking up and to really give something contestable. A lot of these teams, they've already been on the ground for at least a few days, but some of the teams coming as much as 2 weeks ago to be able to get a feeling for the beach here, to be able to really get to know this venue specifically, to start to feel at home, comfortable, adjust to that jet lag as well, and to be able to look forward to some growing swell that we have on the way.
Well, just like in the big leagues, the juniors are going to face all the same conditions as the professionals would. Today, it's nice and wedgy, a perfect practice day, about 3 to 4 feet. The water temperature is perfect, about 73 to 75 degrees. In the past few days, it's been very hot, 25 plus Celsius. And I think we're going to see varying weather conditions and wave conditions throughout the week. The next few days for our opening rounds, it is set to be pumping. And we want you with us all through this event. ISAsurfing is where you go on all your social channels. And if you want to cheer on your favorite team or your favorite surfer, use the hashtag ISAJuniors. And I got to give a lot of credit to the ISA social media team. They keep us well informed as to what's been going on throughout the event and what we can expect to see when the event starts. So, Shannon, this is a special and unique part of ISA competition, Parade of Nations. And we've seen many of these down all over the world. And in my opinion, what better place to start than a skate park on the beach down this boardwalk here in beautiful Macumba. And the rain has stopped, and it's officially parade weather.
It's officially parade weather. Everyone is getting ready to take that walk alongside their country. They're going to be decked out in their country's colors, proudly waving that flag as well. And at the moment, it's a great opportunity pre-event to get to know some of the other teams as well. It's a great coming together of the nations, literally the parade of them. We're going to be able to see the pouring of the sands ceremony as well. And so we're going to see each of these nations represented. We're going to get to, talk through some of those competitors that we're looking forward to seeing and some of the strong teams like South Africa that's going to be getting ready to compete alongside the New Zealand team this week.
Yeah, so all the teams, of course, we have 365 surfers competing, but you got to add about 5 to 6 people per team with the friends and family and coaching and, the staff that has followed them. So definitely We definitely need a place that will accommodate a large group of surfers and their pit crews, and we've come to it. This is truly one of the most beautiful places on the planet, Kumba Beach. You've probably seen this on many postcards. We're right in line with, of course, world famous Ipanema, Copacabana. It's all down this stretch of coast. And as you can see, plenty of space to compete, plenty of waves coming through. And again, these surfers are going to have to surf through a lot of different types of conditions. They're all going to have 2 chances. So the repechage rounds will start in a few days. We got to get through these opening rounds to start to set our field. But don't turn away for a minute. Every single heat has a great story, and every surfer comes to this event with a story to tell and also a story to develop as they surf their way through.
Well, that's right, and that's so much of what our job is going to be this week, is sharing the stories of more surfers, whether they're hopeful champions or the previous champions, like that of Luke Swanson, of Willis Droomer, of Eve Wong, of Aaron Brooks, of the past event that ran back in 2022. And we've got so many more that are competing this week that are some big names in global surfing now.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much every surfer you'll see on the WSL Championship Tour has come up through the ISA World Juniors. You look at our previous Olympians from Tokyo, they're all World Junior competitors in the past as well. And we do have returning medalists coming through: Willis Droomer, Nigo Medina, and Hans Odriozola from Spain, gold, silver, and copper, all returning in the 16 and under boys. And for the women, Zabrowski and Marie Ikeda from Japan. Of course, you see Australia, France, Spain, Japan, surfing superpowers. Well, there's going to be some new stories being told here because this field is absolutely stacked all the way down. Some of these teams, they don't have the entire squad with them, maybe only 1 or 2 surfers representing. But in some of those in cases, Finland, for example, Ellie Temperi coming through as an absolute favorite. So you don't have to have a complete team in order to win your individual medal, but if you want to win your team medal, you better be coming strong. And we know Team South Africa always fields a heavy squad of hitters.
Yeah, they're going to have a great team. They're going to have all 12 spots fielded out. They've been putting together, those fundraising efforts back at home to be able to get each of their surfers to be here on the ground this weekend in Brazil. They're looking to take away that team gold medal, and they'll be one of those teams that we really have a close eye on, with the likes of Team Hawaii, which is the returning champions, going for a record-breaking. If they can take away another gold medal, they'll be tied with the most of all time against Team Australia for the history of World Junior Championships, and the Australians are going to be here ready to defend that title.
Another reason to love ISA Junior competition is this is where we're going to start to see lifelong friendships developing. I mean, these are surfers that are most likely going to be competing against each other for the rest of their careers. So I want to give a full shout out and credit to our president, Fernando Aguirre, for putting as much into junior competition as he puts into our, WSA, our World Surfing Games. So they're going to be experiencing elite level production and, the competitive field that they would be facing anywhere along the world at any level. So our juniors are going to be treated as top-ranked professionals, as they should, because as we start to see the top performers hit the water, there's not going to be a big difference in what you see here as what we would see in a Challenger Series event, and in some cases, even a Championship Tour event.
It's so true. We're seeing more of that growth come through from the World Surfing Championships to be able to grow themselves into, competing at the highest levels. We've got surfers in the water this week who have been competing on the qualifying series. They're just starting to get that sort of career side of their competitive surfing going. But being a part of this team environment, the opportunity to represent their nation here at the ISAs is always a special part of that growth and that journey along the way, like you're sharing.
And of course, the Olympics, the inclusion of surfing in the Olympics in Tokyo last year sent shockwaves around the entire world, shockwaves of positivity, knowing that surfing now will be showcased at the highest level of sport. It's coming right around the corner, Paris 2024. And that's got to be in the back of the minds of some of these surfers, knowing that they're right in that age group to where the next few Olympics, Paris, Los Angeles, some of the surfers that we see competing here this week could potentially be in the Olympics.
It's so true. Well, we have one, Sanoa Olin, who is representing Canada this week in her 5th World Junior Surfing Championships. She'll be competing in the under-18 girls, and she'll be a favorite to walk away with a gold medal in that division. She just got her provisional qualification for Paris 2024 out of the Pan American Games just a few weeks ago in Chile. So that is huge that we've got a future Olympian already qualified for Paris. It's going to be in the draw this week. We've got a lot of competitors also, like you're saying, that are going to be competing for their teams for the World Surfing Games, the kind of open level, in Puerto Rico come next February, which will be the final qualifier for the Tokyo Olympics. We've already got 33 out of 40 total Olympic surfers qualified, and so it will be great to be able to see who of that next generation maybe gets into that conversation come the World Surfing Games. But this week we're going to start to really see that talent start to rise to the top.
So you're watching now the Parade of Nations. We start every top-level ISA event with this beautiful spectacle of surfing. And, of course, this is where we celebrate the entirety of the surfing world coming together. There you see flags from Barbados, Canada, Chile, all the way down the line. Costa Rica is in the house. There's France, Sweden, Hawaii, you see their flags flying there. Shannon, this is always a fun part of the event because you really get to see the magnitude of the field that has made their way down here to Rio to compete this week.
Yeah, it's amazing. And to be able to take a walk down the beach here at Macumba, these teams, they've been down on the sand. They've been getting that training time in. The weather, anyone that's tuning in and has kind of been paying attention to the news lately knows that it's been really hot here in Brazil. We've had that break of the major heat wave that's been going on, but a lot of these surfers kind of arrived during that, had to get used to that from the temperatures. Today we've got those cooler temperatures starting to blow in, a little bit of rain, a little bit of that onshore breeze as well, but it's bringing in that swell in each of these nations, with Brazil bringing in the back of the pack there. The host nation always walking in as the last team at the Parade of Nations, which is a great way for them to kind of respect the rest of the field that's here and allow them to enter into the ceremony first. They're going to have this awesome opportunity to compete at one of the most beautiful beaches in the world.
And there is our president, Fernando Aguirre, leading the parade and waving to the fans on the beach, flanked by over 365 surfers from all over the world.
Got our officials walking just behind Fernando, and an amazing team of ISA officials that have come together, judges from all parts of the world, more women included in that team as well than we've seen ever before. So it's amazing to be able to see that inclusion, those pathways growing across all different ISA events, and always to see them kind of heading up that pack in a moment of just inclusion, as well as showing that fairness of play amongst the athletes and the judging panels as well.
We just saw Team Australia there. Do you think the Irukandjis are going to bring the sting?
I think that they are. They're going to be going for that 8th gold medal overall as a team. We do know that they had some great results here last year at the event held in El Salvador, and they'll be looking pretty fierce. Team Chile has been putting in a lot of time on the ground, though, having just had the Pan American Games hosted in their home nation. So they've got that kind of that sport environment, that excitement as a nation to now show up and to be able to represent their country as well in surfing specifically here this week.
Colombia is here, the Pura Vida nation of Costa Rica, always represented well. And you know what? I'm a big fan of the uniforms too. I'm always scouting to see who I could potentially trade something and maybe get one of these jerseys. Team Ecuador always looking sharp, and they are well prepared. And there's Team England. So Ben Skinner right there. There's a former world longboard champion, Ben Skinner, as a chaperone coach, doing a little bit of everything. And there's your Team Finland right there, represented well by two incredible surfers. And we start to see some surfing superpowers. There's one of them right there, France. And I would say the most improved team of the last decade has to be Team Germany. They are always in medal contention in ISA competition.
It's so true. They've just come together so strong. Their national federation has put in a lot of work behind the scenes. They've been putting in a lot of that training time, whether they're at home in Germany and just getting a lot of time in the gym and working on things in their Olympic setups, or traveling around the world and getting more and more time there to prepare. So this is really exciting. Team Ireland in the conversation this week, Team Italy as well. And they've got Adriano De Souza once again coaching behind the scenes, former world champion.
Yes, right down the street.
Just from this area. So he's got a little, secret in his back pocket, getting ready to tell those surfers where they should be sitting, working hard on making sure that the Italians are feeling right at home here in Brazil this week.
I love representation from Mexico coming through. Netherlands, New Zealand.
Norway just behind. Has been really exciting to be able to see, so many of these nations that were not so historically surf nations starting to grow into the junior side, and knowing that they may not be some of those nations that you would expect to be walking away as, the team gold medal. But they're the ones that are growing now from that youth movement that we're going to be looking at in the next 5 to 10 years to be surfers that are really taking over that global stage.
Yeah, and another unique element of our junior competition is we're looking at national teams as well. That's why we see teams from Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and the like, so they can come through and field teams from their national team area.
More of the crew just getting ready as they're walking into the opening ceremony.
Oh, I feel the spirit, the aloha spirit from around the world coming correct to Brazil. So as they enter where the ceremony will be, they're going to start to fill this place up, and then we will do the Sands of the World ceremony. Another really cool, unique element of ISA competition where each team has brought a little jar of sand from a chosen beach in their area, and we blend all those sands together, making for one unified sand bowl. And basically that signifies one more way that we try to make a better world through surfing by blending all of these nations via the beach. What more could you ask for?
Yeah. It's amazing. It's an amazing opportunity as well for these surfers to show their care and their respect for the ocean, for keeping our beaches clean, but also, to kind of show that respect and that love for the ocean and what it gives us as people, and that refreshment within our lives, and to bring that element of competition into it, but in a really fun and friendly way here for the World Junior Championships as well. Of course, everyone that's paddling out is going to be they're going to be wanting to walk away with that heat win, get that post-heat interview, have that conversation, be able to work on their style, their flow, their power out in the water, but also to really just be able to showcase some really fun surfing throughout the week.
Yeah, and how fun to be able to go home and tell your friends that you got to walk in a parade in Brazil with your national team. I mean, they're creating memories right now, and there's a lot of fun, of course, we had up and down the beach, but they're also gaining much needed experience in international travel and international competition. So you see Team England right there fired up. So you might be wondering, okay, well, that's a lot of team members. Well, we have 18 and under, men and women, and 16 and under for men and women. So if you have a whole team, you're looking at a pretty large gang, and you got to give a lot of credit to the chaperones and coaches. It must be like herding cats when you've got 9 teenagers hanging around with you everywhere you go.
It's so true. 12 total potential, so 3 in each division for boys and for girls across 2 different age divisions. So it's a lot. It's a lot to manage. We got some parents that are traveling alongside because their kids are competing. They may or may not be wearing that coach's cap, but they'll be wearing that manager's cap or their mom and dad's cap to make sure that everyone is fed at the end of the day, that they've got their shoes on, they've got, everything that they need to be able to paddle out into that heat, put on a good performance, and also feel, loved and protected while they're here.
Yeah, the comfort level has to be there. If you want to perform at the highest levels. Well, now you see some of our friends, family, who have made the journey. And I mean, how cool must it be for the parents? Your kid is competing in Brazil. Of course, you're going to come down. You want to be a part of that. As our teams are filtering in there, there's Team Germany, Team Greece in the background. I mean, there's so many layers of the joy that we see down here today. Another fun part is trying to identify all the flags, because you get better and better at it the more you watch. But my son, who is a flag savant, we are actually doing some training before this event, and he was helping me out. I know what that flag is. That is the Hawaiian national team.
They took away that gold medal at last year's World Junior Surfing Championships. They'll be looking to go back-to-back this year if they can take away a second gold medal in a row. And they've been putting together some of the world's best surfers overall for so many generations. Now we'll see how they fare in the beach breaks here in Brazil.
So a surf legend, Shane Dorian, there as a coach, chaperone, and probably inspiration to a lot of the young surfers on his team. And accolades to Team Hawaii. They're looking sharp down here today for Parade of Nations.
Ready to go. Sao Tome also in the conversation. And Ireland as well. Team Hungary putting together a team for the very first time here at the Junior World Championships, alongside Ukraine, Czech Republic, and Romania for a very first time. It's always awesome to be able to see that, that next generation come in from a country that hasn't competed at the juniors specifically, to know that, all right, they're going to be putting together better teams for the World Surfing Games for years to come with that Olympic qualification on the line, because they're investing in the youth now.
Yeah, and this really is the ultimate scouting report. I consider us very lucky to be on hand to literally witness the future of surfing. These are some of the surfers we're going to be talking about in, of course, ISA World Surfing Games, at the Olympic level, the championship tour level. We can say, and all of you out there watching can say, well, I knew them when they were in the 16 and under division of the ISA World Junior Surfing Championships. So do your research now. One of these young surfers representing Team Japan could be a future gold medalist.
Well, talking about research, check out isasurf.org on the website, which is where you may be watching the opening ceremony right now. There's a teams page, and you can look at every single team fielded here this week for the World Junior Championships. You can have a look through those names. You can read through those bios. We'll be sharing so much more about each of these surfers as the week goes through, but you can really start to kind of pick through, all right, who are some of those favorites, maybe someone that's going to become a new favorite surfer that you never knew before, or someone you're quite familiar with from those junior events back at home, and you're getting ready to support as well.
And I think, Shannon, you and I have done enough of these ISA contests to know we need to expect the unexpected. There will be new names that you have never heard of that may become your new favorite surfer by the end of the week. Will it be someone from Team Netherlands? Well, we've seen that happen in the past. They have always seem to be growing in the momentum that they've built in past competitions. It's been incredible. Team New Zealand, fielding a solid squad there. Good haircuts on Team New Zealand as well.
Ready to go for the All Blacks, the Kiwis.
Please welcome the national team
Putting
from
together
Norway.
some great teamwork behind the scenes. Team Norway getting out of the cold weather, back at home now as winter is approaching, getting out of the snow and ready to enjoy the tropics here in Rio.
Yeah, it's always fun when you see teams, from colder places. Team Scotland, Team Ireland, England, Norway.
Team from Panama.
They tend to jump in pretty quick in their grommets, so they get excited, and sunblock is probably not on the top of their mind. They learn quickly in the first few days. When you see a sunburnt team, well, that just means they've been having a lot of fun. So, Team Panama, they're ready and prepared to surf in the tropics. Of course, Panama, wonderful waves there. Excited to see what their team has to offer us. And we know always a top-tier team in ISA World Surfing Games competition is Team Peru, and it looks like they have fielded yet another strong junior national team.
They took out the junior title back in 2011, kind of sandwiched there between multiple victories for Team Australia and for Team Hawaii, bouncing back and forth. We've seen Team USA, Team France, and Team Japan as well get in those team victories in more recent years, but it hasn't been, Chris, since 2003, the inaugural year of the World Junior Championships for the ISA, that Brazil has taken away that team gold medal. This could be their year.
Team Portugal, there's Presidente Fernando Aguirre.
Giving us some sort of command from headquarters.
He's excited.
Ready to go for a huge week to see the world's future of surfing right here in front of us.
Always the best dressed guy in the field. Puerto Rico is here. Very excited to see Puerto Rico. We'll be going there for the ISA World Surfing Games just around the corner. So for them, this is just a way to showcase their talents and maybe strike some fear into the rest of the field. Of course, it's for fun. There's no money on the line. There's no real points and all that. Of course, these surfers are doing this because they love the sport of surfing, and this is in a way to, of course, promote fairness in competition. And it's a learning week for all of these surfers, because these are the same rules that they're going to be surfing with for the rest of their careers.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to be able to learn. And of course, with the ISA events, there is a repecharge round always, which means your first heat, if you come in that third or fourth place position, you're not in the top half of the field or the top two advancing through. It's not the end of it, which is the case with so many different events around the world. Once you graduate to competing, say, on the World Qualifying Series, you're going to be having that one opportunity. If you're unable to make the most of it, then you're out. But for the ISA events and for the World Juniors, of course, having that repecharge rounds means everyone gets that second chance. They're going to be surfing between 2 podiums as well. Right here, both at Macumba Beach, so not far from each other, but we know that the sandbanks are going to be operating a little bit differently. And we'll see surfers that are going to have to rise to the occasion of getting to know a couple different waves throughout this week.
Saw our team from Scotland in their kilts come through. Now we have a very well-dressed team from South Africa, and they are fired up. Probably some of the longest distance traveled from Team South Africa. You can attest to that. Anywhere you go from South Africa is going to take you a minute.
It's always going to take a little while, typically having to fly up through Europe and then back across the rest of the world. Natasha van Groenen there in the front. She is one of their coaches for this week, which is awesome. She's competing on the Challenger Series. She competes at the World Surfing Games for South Africa. She also serves on the ISA Athletes Commission. So great to see her now wearing a different cap and pouring into their juniors team. As we see Team Spain getting ready. They walked away with some of those team medals last year, or those individual medals, last year. As we can see, the trophy for the World Team Champion.
That's what you want to bring home with you on December 3rd. Team Sweden represented well, and Team Switzerland behind them. So we go alphabetical to start until the very end, where our host nation, as you had mentioned earlier, Team Brazil, will be pulling up the end of the field, welcoming 365 surfers from around the world, including Tahiti. So upcoming Paris 2024 Olympic Games will be held on the beautiful island of Tahiti, Te Hopo'o. And the smiles say it all. Team Tahiti is ready to come down here and not only compete, but also spread the aloha that we know that Tahiti is so famous for.
It's going to be incredible to be able to witness, this young team coming up this week, surfing some fun beach breaks here in Brazil, but also knowing that they're going to be there on the ground, back at home for them, getting to witness the Olympics, getting to witness surfing specifically at one of the most terrifying waves on the planet.
Yeah, be careful what you ask for, right?
It's a crazy thought to think of, running the Olympic Games there, and it's going to be so exciting to see underway as we can see the Chinese Taipei team walking through with Trinidad and Tobago just behind.
Excited to welcome Team Ukraine. They had a couple competitors last year in El Salvador at the World Surfing Games. They've fielded a great-looking group of young surfers. Coaches have come through. Team Uruguay, which is down that way a little bit. Close to Brazil, connected, but obviously it's becoming a quickly rising surfing nation. A lot of great surfers representing Uruguay.
Yeah, they've got a really incredible field of longboarders out of Uruguay. It's great to see them, starting to really push the limits on the shortboarding side as well. United States of America getting ready to compete this week.
Half this team is from my hometown of Encinitas, California, so it's nice to see some familiar faces.
Must be something in the water there.
This team is looking strong right there, coached by Courtney Conlog. You see, one of the 3 Team USA coaches.
Longtime championship tour surfer and just one of the greats when it comes to any kind of surfing on the women's professional tour. Heavy waves, small waves. She's mastered everything from Tahiti, from Tehupo, all the way to Huntington Beach, California. Venezuela putting together a great-looking team this week, as well as the Welsh crew, looking small, but excited to see the performance this week.
One of my favorite flags in the world. Love that flag from Wales. And I think the cheers and the noise is signifying that our host nation is here. This is your team, Brazil. Brazil, what can you say about this surfing superpower? They've done it all. They've dominated on every stage for the last decade. The only male surfer on the planet to hold a gold medal, Ita Lofeira from right here in Brazil. And then you talk about WSL Championship Tour men's champions, and they basically sealed that deal for the last decade as well. So the future of Brazilian surfing now entering the chat, and this will be fun because, of course, it seems like every 4 or 5 years you got to start thinking, okay, who's next? Well, in terms of Brazil, I think they're here to stay, and I know that And watching some of the free surfing practice sessions, Team Brazil is looking strong.
And you got to, looking at the progress and the success of Brazilian surfers, the number of world champions that have come out of this country alone, we're looking at future world champions in front of us right now, whether it be this week at the World Junior Surfing Championships or come to future championship tour events.
And this is a great way to get your name brand out there. If you're a young and up-and-coming surfer, you get a medal here, and that's going to get you on the radar of international sponsors. That's going to have you talked about in the media. And, of course, the stoke and pride. If you bring a medal back to your home nation, you're going to be a superstar. You're going to be on the cover of the newspaper, most likely in your hometown. That's huge. Moms and grandmas love that, to cut out the newspaper with your picture on it. So do it for the moms and grandmas that clip out those newspaper cuttings.
You could even have your hometown give you a parade, walking away with a big victory here.
Well, this might be
finding
the
that
first parade
celebration.
that a lot of they've walked in, so
Could be a second one
more
coming.
practice. Parade practice counts as well.
Parade practice, always very important, especially in preparation for the World Championships, the World Junior Championships that we're currently going to be witnessing this week here in Rio de Janeiro at Macumba Beach. Surf's picked up. From what we were seeing yesterday, it was flat as a pancake out there, absolutely not surfable. Today is a totally different story. It was great to be able to witness so many of this crew in the water this morning getting those warm-ups in.
I saw more airs go down in about a span of 10 minutes than I've seen in a year. I mean, every surfer out there absolutely flying. Your current conditions, well, if you want to surf in the contest area, right now is the time to do it, because
Best time of the entire
the
week.
last 3 days there's been about 300 amazing young surfers out there, and they're hungry. You do not want to be a free surfer anywhere near that group, because I'll tell you, the effort that we're seeing out in this lineup is pretty amazing. So throughout the week, we're going to be looking at all different types of competition or of conditions out in this lineup. Your opening ceremony is happening right now. We're going to kick things off tomorrow, 7 a.m. local time here in Rio de Janeiro. We're going to go through competition days all the way through to the finals on December 3rd. And then we're going to have our closing ceremonies. And, while the juniors will experience an incredible, celebration at the end of this, the memories they take with them after this week are going to last a lifetime.
Together here in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
And Shannon, with that, we're going to throw it over to our Master of Ceremonies, the one and only Ben Way, to take us away.
In the spirit of fair play, it is with great pleasure we welcome everyone to the official opening ceremony of the 2023 ISA World Junior Surfing Championship.
Com espírito de fair play, é com grande prazer que eu dou boas-vindas a todos os oficiais na cerimônia de abertura do ISA World Junior Surfing Championships de 2023.
We would like to welcome and introduce the following dignitaries on stage today.
Nós gostaríamos de dar as boas-vindas e introduzir os seguintes dignatários aqui no palco.
The ISA President, Mr. Fernando Aguirre.
O presidente da International Surfing Association, senhor Fernando Aguirre.
The CBS President, Mr. Flavio Teco Padaratz.
O presidente da Confederação Brasileira de Surf, senhor Flávio Teco Padaratz.
And the President of the Brazilian National Olympic Committee, Paulo Wanderley.
E o presidente do Comitê Olímpico Nacional Brasileiro, Paulo Vanderlei.
Now we kindly ask that you please stand for the national anthem of Brazil.
Agora nós pedimos o favor de todos levantarem para nós ouvirmos o hino nacional brasileiro.
Now let us begin the Sands of the World ceremony. We will call on the countries to come to the stage and bring with them their flag and sand from their local beach. The sand from each country will be placed in the container on stage to symbolize the peaceful gathering of nations through the love of surfing.
Nós agora chamamos para o início da cerimônia das areias do mundo. Nós vamos chamar os países para subir no palco e trazerem a bandeira, suas bandeiras e um pouco da areia de suas praias locais. A areia de cada país será colocada num container para simbolizar a paz, o encontro entre as nações e o amor pelo surf.
Let's welcome Argentina. Flag bearer Vera Jaris, sand pourer Joaquín Muñoz Larreta, with sands from the beaches of Miramar and General Alvarado.
Nós chamamos agora a Argentina. A porta-bandeira é a Vera Jaris. E quem está trazendo a areia é o Joaquín Muñoz Larreta, da praia de Miramar, em General Alvarado.
Next, let's welcome Team Australia. With our flag bearer Lennox Smith, sand pourer Kira Buckbit, with sand from the beach of Coolbura Beach.
Damos boas-vindas ao time da Austrália, a porta-bandeira Lennox Smith. Quem está trazendo areia é a Kira Buckpit, da praia de Coolbura Beach.
Next, let's welcome Barbados, with flag bearer Jaden Hill, sand pourer Christian Stout, with sand from the beach of Soup Bowl.
Damos boas-vindas ao time de Barbados, a porta-bandeira Jaden Hill, trazendo areia Christian Stout, da praia de Soup Bowl.
Next, we'd like to welcome Team Belgium, with flag bearer Ria Ramakers, sand pourer Lars Peters, with sands from the beach of Ostend.
Damos boas-vindas ao time da Bélgica, porta-bandeira Mia Ramakers, trazendo areia Lars Peters, da praia de Ostend.
Next, let's welcome Team Canada, with our flag bearer Wheeler Hasberg, sand pourer Sano Olin, with sand from the beach of Cox Bay.
Damos boas-vindas à seleção do Canadá, porta-bandeira Wheeler Hashberg, trazendo areia Sanoa Olin, da praia de Cox Bay.
Next, let's welcome Channel Islands, with our flag bearer Anders Ravenscroft, sand pourer Ollie Gould, with sand from the beach of St. Owens.
Damos boas-vindas à seleção de Channel Island, porta-bandeira Andrews Havenscorth, trazendo areia Ollie Gold e da praia de St. Owens.
Next, let's welcome Team Chile, with flag bearer Pascual Lorenz, sand pourer Estela Lopez, with sand from the beach of Playa Concon.
Damos boas-vindas ao time do Chile, porta-bandeira Pascual Lorenz, trazendo areia Estela Lopes, da Playa Concon.
Next, we'd like to welcome Team Colombia, with our flag bearer Angelina De Cesare, sand pourer Khalil Pinedes Schooley, with sands from the beach of Las Velas, Cartagena.
Damos boas-vindas ao time da Colômbia, a porta-bandeira Angelina de Cesare, trazendo areia Cahill Piners Cooley, da praia Las Velas, Cartagena.
Next, let's welcome Costa Rica, with flag bearer Tomas Patene, sand pourer Miquela Castro, with sand from the beach of Cocles.
Boas-vindas a Costa Rica, porta-bandeira Thomas Patney, trazendo areia Miquela Castro, da praia de Cocles.
Next, let's welcome Czech Republic with flag bearer Inez Marta Kramna, Sandpor Timon Matenia, with sand from the beach of Kozy Horka.
Damos boas-vindas ao time da República Tcheca, porta-bandeira Inês Marta Krama, trazendo areia, Timon Matena, da praia de Kozy Horka.
Next, we'd like to welcome Team Ecuador with our flag bearer Jeremy Cedeño, Sandpor Genesis Borja, with sand from the beach of Montanita.
Damos as boas-vindas ao time do Equador, porta-bandeira Jeremy Cedeño, trazendo areia Genesis Borja, da praia de Montanita.
Este equipo tiene hambre. Arrecho Ecuador.
Next, we'd like to welcome Team England with our flag bearer Lauren Sandlin, Sandpor Lucas Skinner, with sand from the beach of Perranporth.
Damos as boas-vindas ao time da Inglaterra, porta-bandeira Lauren Sandland, trazendo areia o Lucas Skinner, da praia de Perranporth.
Next, let's welcome Team Finland, flag bearer Ellie Timperi, Sandpor Lucas McMahon, with sand from the beach of Iteri Beach.
Damos as boas-vindas ao time da Finlândia, porta-bandeira Eli Timperi, trazendo as areias Lucas McCalman, da praia de Iteri Beach.
Next, let's welcome Team France, our flag bearer Zoe Jaikin, our Sandpor Paco Alonso, with sand from the beach of Osegor.
Damos as boas-vindas ao time da França, porta-bandeira Zoe Jacquin, trazendo areia Lucas Paco Alonso e a areia da praia de Rossegor.
Next, we'd like to welcome Team Germany with our flag bearer Pelle Burmeister and Sandpor Cis Misiklas, with sand from the beach of Gromitz.
Damos as boas-vindas ao time da Alemanha, porta-bandeira Pelle Burmeister, trazendo areia C. Simclass, da praia de Gromitz.
Next, we'd like to welcome Team Greece, flag bearer and Sandpor Matteo Christodoulou, with sand from the beach of Crete.
Damos as boas-vindas ao time da Grécia e trazendo não só a bandeira como a areia, o Matteo Christodoulou, trazendo areia da praia de Crete.
Next, we'd like to welcome Team Hawaii, our flag bearer Haley Boverman, Sandpor Jackson Dorian, the sand from the beach of Lahaina, Maui.
Damos as boas-vindas ao time do Havaí, porta-bandeira Haley Boverman, trazendo areia o Jackson Dorian, da praia de Lahaina, Maui.
Next, we'd like to welcome Team Hungary, both flag bearer and Sandpor Zalan Lachos Andrefi, with sand from the beach of Lake Balaton.
Damos as boas-vindas ao time da Hungria, trazendo a bandeira e areia Zalan Lachos Andrefi, da praia de Lake Balaton.
Next, we'd like to welcome Team Ireland, with our flag bearer Tom Murphy, Sandpor Akia Moore, with sand from the beach of Tramore.
Boas-vindas ao time da Irlanda, porta-bandeira Tom Murphy, trazendo areia Akia Moore, da praia de Tramore.
Next, let's welcome Team Italy, flag bearer Victoria Backhouse, Sandpor Brando Giabonini, with sand from the beach of Viareggio.
Boas-vindas ao time da Itália, porta-bandeira Vittoria Backhaus, trazendo areia o Brando Giovannoni. areia de Vilareggio.
Next, let's welcome Team Japan, our flag bearer Tenshi Iwami, sand pourer Anon Matsuoka, with sand from our first Olympics beach, Tsurigasaki Kaigan Surfing Beach in Japan.
Damos boas-vindas ao time do Japão, porta-bandeira Tenshi Iwami, trazendo areia Anon Matsuoka, areia da praia de Tsuragashi Kaigan Surfing Beach.
Next, we'd like to welcome Team Mexico with our flag bearer Lucas Cassidy, sand pourer Coral Bonilla, with sand from the beach of Cerritos in Baja California Sur.
Boas-vindas ao time do México, porta-bandeira Lucas Cassidy, trazendo areia Carol Bonilla, areia da praia de Cerritos, Barra Califórnia Sur.
¡Viva México!
Next, let's welcome Team Netherlands with our flag bearer Loen van Dijk, sand pourer Hugo Meek, with sand from the beach of Scheveningen.
Boas-vindas ao time da Holanda, porta-bandeira Loen van Dijk, trazendo areia Hugo Meek, areia da praia de Scheveningen.
Next, let's welcome Team New Zealand, flag bearer Spencer Rousen, sand pourer Anna Brock, the sand from the beach of Mount Maunganui.
Damos boas-vindas ao time da Nova Zelândia, porta-bandeira Spencer Rawson, trazendo areia Anna Brock, areia da praia de Mount Maunganui.
Next, we'd like to welcome Team Norway, flag bearer Era Soli, sand pourer Freeman Breivik, with sand from the beach of Unstad.
Boas-vindas ao time da Noruega, porta-bandeira Eira Soli, trazendo areia Freeman Breivik, areia da praia de Unstad.
Next, let's welcome Team Panama with our flag bearer Teo Galegrani, sand pourer Andres Castillero, with sand from the beach of Playa Teta y Punta Barco.
Boas-vindas ao time do Panamá, porta-bandeira Theo Galegrani, trazendo areia Andrés Castilheiro, areia da Playa Teta e Punta Barco.
Next, let's welcome Team Peru with our flag bearer Catalina Zarique, sand pourer No de Col, with sand from the beach of Órganos.
Boas-vindas ao time do Peru, porta-bandeira Catalina Zariquei, trazendo areia Noa de Col, areia da praia de Los Órganos.
Next, let's welcome Team Portugal with our flag bearer Salvador Vala, sand pourer Constancia Simois, with sand from the beach of Praia de Arafana.
Boas-vindas ao time de Portugal, porta-bandeira Salvador Vala, trazendo areia a Constância Simões, areia da praia de Arrifana.
Next, we'd like to welcome Team Puerto Rico with our flag bearer, Jose Angel Morales, sand pour Miamar Soto, sand from the beach of Wilderness.
Boas-vindas ao time de Porto Rico, porta-bandeira José Ángel Morales, trazendo areia a Miamar Soto, da praia de Wilderness.
Next, we'd like to welcome Team Romania with our flag bearer and sand pour, Aris Voicu, with sand from the beach of Black Sea.
Boas-vindas ao time da Romênia, porta-bandeira e trazendo areia, o Aris Voicu, da praia de Black Sea.
Next, we'd like to welcome Sao Tome y Príncipe with our flag bearer, Ley do Rosario, our sand pour, Tino do Rosario, with sand from the beach of Yo-Yo-Yo.
Boas-vindas ao time de São Tomé e Príncipe, porta-bandeira Lei do Rosário, trazendo areia o Tino do Rosário, da praia de Yo-Yo-Yo.
Next, let's welcome Team Scotland with our flag bearer, Finn Clark, sand pour, Olivia McKay, with sand from the beach of Melvich Beach.
Boas-vindas ao time da Escócia, porta-bandeira Finn Clark, trazendo areia Olivia Mackay, da praia de Melvin Beach.
Next, we'd like to welcome Team South Africa. Our flag bearer, Luke Lepron, sand pour, Indefile Osinachi, with sand from the beach of New Pier.
Boas-vindas ao time da África do Sul, porta-bandeira Luke Leporte, trazendo areia Indefile Osinachi, areia de New Pier.
South Africa!
Next, we'd like to welcome Team Spain. Flag bearer, Connor Donegan, sand pour, Yanire Gonzalez Echeverria, with sand from the beach of Cadiz.
Boas-vindas ao time da Espanha, porta-bandeira Conor Donegan, trazendo areia a Janire González Echevarria, areia da praia de Cádiz.
Next, let's welcome Team Sweden with our flag bearer Nina Mao, sand pour, Flynn O'Connor, with sand from the beach of Toro Stenstrand.
Boas-vindas ao time da Suécia, porta-bandeira Nina Mal, trazendo areia o Flynn O'Connor, areia da praia de Toro Stenstrand.
Next, let's welcome Team Switzerland. Flag bearer Antoine Habashi, sand pour, Celia Magras, with sand from the beach of Lemon Lake, Geneva.
Boas-vindas ao time da Suíça, porta-bandeira Antoine Habashi, trazendo areia a Célia Magras, areia da praia de Lemon Lake, Genebra.
Next, let's welcome Team Tahiti. Our flag bearer Dale Barrier, sand pour, Miliani Simon, with sand from the beach of Tarahu and Bora Bora.
Boas-vindas ao time do Tahiti, porta-bandeira Daryl Barrier, trazendo areia Miliani Simon, areia da praia de Taharu em Bora Bora.
Tahiti, Imua!
Next, let's welcome Team Chinese Taipei with our flag bearer John Chan, Sandpour Wan Yu Chen, with sand for the beach of Chi Sing Tan Beach.
Boas-vindas ao time da China Taipei, porta-bandeira John Chen, trazendo areia Yu Chen, areia da praia de Sinsang Tan Beach.
Next, let's welcome Trinidad and Tobago with our flag bearer and sandpour, Aiden Albada, with sand from the beach of Pelican Point, Tobago.
Boas-vindas ao time de Trinidad e Tobago, porta-bandeira e trazendo areia Aiden Albada, areia da praia de Pelicano Point, em Tobago.
Next, let's welcome Team Ukraine, flag bearer Mark Kachenko, sandpour David Doronin, with sand from the beach of Odessa.
Bem-vindo o time da Ucrânia, porta-bandeira Mark Kachenko, trazendo areia David Dorinin, areia da praia de Odessa.
Next, let's welcome Team Uruguay with our flag bearer Alfonso Roel, sandpour Emma Diaz, with sand from the beach of La Martinez.
Bem-vindo o time do Uruguai, com a porta-bandeira Alfonso Roel, trazendo areia Emma Diaz, areia da praia de La Martinez.
1, 2, 3. Uruguai, Uruguai, Uruguai.
Next, let's welcome Team USA, flag bearer Lucas Austin, sandpour Talia Swindle, with sand from the beach of Malibu, California.
Bem-vindo o time dos Estados Unidos da América, porta-bandeira Lucas Austin, trazendo areia Talia Swindle, areia da praia de Malibu, na Califórnia.
Next, let's welcome Team Venezuela, our flag bearer Mike Prada, sandpour Valeria Benitez, with sand from the beach of Waikiki.
Bem-vindo o time da Venezuela, porta-bandeira Mike Prada, trazendo areia Valéria Benítez, da praia de Waikiki.
Next, let's welcome Team Wales, both flag bearer and sandpour Ellie Perrins Davies, with sand from the beach of the front Ogmore by the Sea.
Bem-vindo ao time do País de Gales, porta-bandeira e também trazendo areia Ellie Perrins Davis, areia da praia de The Front Ogmore by Sea.
And finally, our host team, Brazil, flag bearer Ryan Cainalo, sandpour Aisha Rato, with sand from the beach of Rio de Janeiro.
País anfitrião, Brasil, porta-bandeira Ryan Cainalo, trazendo areia Aisha Rato, areia da praia do Rio de Janeiro.
Athlete oath. In the name of the athletes, we promise to take part in these 2023 Rio de Janeiro ISA World Junior Surfing Championships, respecting and abiding by the ISA rules and in the spirit of fair play, inclusion, and equality. Together, we stand in solidarity and commit ourselves to surfing without doping, without cheating, without any form of discrimination. We do this for the honor of our teams and respect for the fundamental principle of Olympism and to make the world a better place through surfing.
Judges oath. In the name of the judges, we promise to take part in these 2023 Rio de Janeiro ISA World Junior Surfing Championships, respecting and abiding by the ISA rules and in the spirit of fair play, inclusion, and equality. Together, we stand in solidarity and commit ourselves to surfing without doping, without cheating, and without any form of discrimination. We do this in the honor of our teams in respect of the fundamental principles of Olympism and to make the world a better place through surfing.
Thank you very much, Davi Stella and Lisa Caban.
Obrigado, Davi Stella e Lisa Caban.
And now we have the pleasure to introduce the ISA president, Fernando Aguirre, who will share some words with you all.
Agora temos o prazer de receber aqui no palco o presidente da International Surfing Association, Fernando Aguirre, que vai trocar umas palavrinhas com vocês.
Hello! Very, very, very lame. Hello! Now we're talking. I mean, everything that we do is being seen around the world. We're live. And I just want to welcome everybody to beautiful Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Athletes, technical teams, ISA staff, volunteers, families of the teams and families at home. Muito obrigado. Bem-vindo ao Brasil. Just looking at the world today, it's very clear that what we need the most is peace. Mirando al mundo, está claro que lo que más necesitamos es paz. And today, we are a proof of peace and a better world through surfing. The United Nations of Surfing, all of us, all of you, all of us, and everybody at home watching, welcome for the first time ever at the juniors, Czech Republic, Ukraine, and Hungary. And for the first time ever at any ISA World Championships, Romania. It is my hope that in these 10 days of surfing competition, friendship, camaraderie, to hate, we answer with love. To violence, we answer with peace. And of course, we answer with surf, which is what we love. Thank you, everybody. I got some good news. Around 120 years ago, 130 years ago, sports was a privilege for very few people. Eventually, it became a human right in the 20th century. But you know, for half of the first 20th century, it was really a human right only for half of mankind, only for males. It wasn't a human right for everybody. And now sports is a human right for everybody. It doesn't care who you are, where you were born, the color of your skin, your religion, your ethnicity. Today, at these juniors, we have 44% female and 56% male. Thank you. This is our answer to discrimination. But we cannot do it alone. We need your national federations. We need all of you to go home and bring more girls, more ladies into the ocean. Just 2 weeks ago, we have a seminar for judges, for people that wanted to be judges. But it was only for ladies that wanted to be judges. Over 100 ladies attended and over 45 countries were represented. So, just think about it and the power of it. There is 365 athletes in this competition and a total of 580 participants from 45 countries. And that's you representing the United Nations of Surfing. Thank you. The last time we were in Brazil with the juniors was 2006 in Maresias, not too far from here. Brazil is a country with amazing waves. Just 30 years ago, a little bit more, 35 years ago, the president of the Brazilian Surfing Confederation, Teco Padarats, and his brother in surfing, Fabio Gouveia, finished at the top of the ISA World Championship. It was the first time the Brazilians were at the top. And it's very nice and very appropriate to have Teco now preside the Confederación Brasileira de Surf. Thank you, Teco. I was born and raised in Argentina, and I spent many years of my life in California. But Rio was the place to travel in the winter to escape the cold waves of Argentina. I came with my brother and my father when I was 16. I came a few years later to start a surf brand. In 1994, at the World Surfing Games in Rio, I came and I was elected president of the ISA. But the most important things that happened to me in Rio was 2016. Here in Rio de Janeiro, 5 kilometers from here, the International Olympic Committee declared surfing an Olympic sport. Thank you, Rio. Of course, you come here to win a medal. I mean, that's the idea. A few of you will win medals, gold, silver, bronze, copper. But what you will take home, with or without medals, are friendships, camaraderies that will last for the rest of your life. Enjoy all these 10 days. Of course, surf the best you can. But every moment you're here, enjoy it, because before you know it, it's done and you're going home. And I hope, and the ISA hopes, that you go home as ambassadors of Rio de Janeiro and the beautiful Cidade Maravillosa. That's how they call Rio. Wonderful, marvelous city. Muito obrigado, Rio de Janeiro. Muito obrigado, Brazil. Thank you to everybody. Enjoy these days. Gracias.
Thank you, President Aguirre.
Obrigado, Presidente Aguirre.
And now it is my privilege to introduce you to the CB Surf President, Flavio Teco Padarats.
Agora é com grande prazer que a gente anuncia a presença do presidente da Confederação Brasileira de Surf, Flávio Teco Padarats.
Well, first of all, a little bit in English so the webcast and people all over the world can understand the amount of passion I feel in my heart right now, the amount of happiness of bringing this all together. I personally surfed this event twice before, and it changed my life like it's gonna change your life, all of you. First of all, I'd like to thank God to put me here and guide me all the way up here. And I'd like to thank my supporters from CB Surf that stuck behind me to accomplish this dream of bringing back the ISA Junior Surfing Championships to Brazil. I would like to thank President Fernando and ISA for the trust, for trusting us that we could do it, and we're going to do a great event. I'm not going to go over than that, but we're going to deliver a great event. People are going to go home and remember a great time they had here. Rio de Janeiro is a very special place, not only for Fernando, but for me too. This is where I won my first world surfing contest. 5 kilometers from here. And it changed my life again. And now, this moment is changing again and again and again. And I keep changing. Because I want to see surfing not only in the Olympics, but as the biggest and most beneficial sport in the world, as we all know we are, and we do. Okay? And obviously, I would like to thank our supporters, the city of Rio, the state of Rio, the Brazilian NOC, Comitê Olímpico Brasileiro, Presidente Paulo Vanderlei, was our first supporter at this idea at the very, very first moment. And I'd like to thank very much, Mr. President. And now in Portuguese, if you allow me, and talk to my people too, not only with all the nations, I'm so proud of having you here. You cannot imagine how hot my heart is right now. Mas em português agora, ao povo brasileiro, a galera aqui da Macumba, do Recreio, do Rio de Janeiro, aloha para todos vocês, sacou? Vocês seguraram essa onda com a gente, vocês acreditaram na gente desde o início, todo mundo ajudou a chegar nas fontes que precisavam para realizar esse evento, as associações locais aqui do Recreio, da Macumba e da Prainha, tá? Porra, a gente pode não estar na Prainha hoje, porque o mar não deixou. O mar lavou a areia da Praia da Prainha, a gente não tinha tempo de construir lá, então tivemos que fazer aqui. E essa é a explicação oficial dessa mudança. Mas eu quero dizer para vocês todos que o Rio de Janeiro é uma cidade muito especial. Eu ganhei meu campeonato, meu primeiro grande campeonato mundial aqui no Rio de Janeiro. Foi aqui que eu realizei uma grande etapa também, não só uma, mas 4 etapas do Mundial. Fui recebido como filho da terra, assim como me sinto até hoje. Eu chego no Rio de Janeiro, o meu coração dispara de alegria e de amor. E é isso, nada mais. Alegria e amor pelos meus amigos daqui. Agradeço a todos vocês, viu? Muito obrigado. Tenham um lindo campeonato, galera. Have a beautiful contest. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Baldaratz.
Muito obrigado, senhor Flávio Teco Padarates.
Now we would like to invite all of the flag bearers to join the ISA President, Fernando Aguirre, who will officially declare the 2023 ISA World Junior Surfing Championship open.
Nós gostaríamos de convidar todos os porta-bandeiras para se juntarem ao presidente Fernando Aguirre e abrirem oficialmente o ISA World Junior Surfing Championship 2023.
Okay, everybody, let's get on stage, let's get the flags. Let's show the world what love means. What love for the ocean, love for nature, respect for each other. More flags, more flags. Let's do it, let's do it. Get them high, 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 high. You gotta touch the sky. Let's go up on the stage. Everybody up, everybody up, everybody up. Okay, we got everybody. Wales, where is it? Spain. Come on, guys. Everybody up on stage. Up on stage. Up. Arriba, 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 arriba. Arriba, arriba, que nos vamos. Vamos. Okay. Are you guys ready? No. Yeah, no. Are you guys ready? Now the world can hear. It is my greatest pleasure, my greatest honor. This is what I love to do the most. To officially declare open the ISA World Junior Surfing Championship in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Okay. Okay. And this is the song of the ISA. A better world through surfing. Give me your hands. Hands, hands. Oh, oh, oh. on, guys, give me your hands. Hands. Thank you, oceans. Mahalo. It's all about love, the planet and the sea. Thank you, ocean. Mahalo. Whoa! Whoa, yeah! A better world through surfing. Thank you, ocean. Mahalo. Woo! It's all about love, planet and the sea. Thank you, oceans. Mahalo. Mahalo, muito obrigado, gracias, domo arigato, tante gracias, dankeschön, marurum. Muchas gracias, everybody. Enjoy it. Muchas gracias. Stay on the stage if you want, eh? If you want to stay on the stage with the flags, enjoy.